James Hanson's Acceleration Team Manager for Adobe. Welcome. It's great to see you. What's the connection, in your view, between the technology modernization that the Defense Department's undertaking and a couple of the priorities of the new leadership at DOD, modernizing acquisition and modernizing the warfighting process to moving to this warrior ethos concept?
Yeah, I think what's critical is some of the extension. The warrior ethos is all about building trust, right, and peace through strength, as the DepSec has articulated. And I think, the war initiative is a primary area where ultimately one of the focuses is digital first operations. Digital first operations is the modernization, elimination of manual workflows, paper processes, outdated IT systems and platforms, using AI and automation to drive that mission efficiency, that mission effectiveness, and technology is at the core of being able to do that. A lot of the DepSec priorities align with what the administration is doing in terms of eliminating costs through duplicative software and capabilities. Again, leveraging automation, AI to achieve efficiencies, cost savings, modernization of legacy systems with the adoption of secure cloud tools. All of those, the technology is going to be the enabler of enabling the DoD to have a fighting force, a leaner fighting force, to achieve those priorities. So I think it's at the root of it.
Mm-hmm. Before we started recording, you and I talked a little bit about the idea that I'm not sure if anybody said warrior ethos, how do you get to a more lethal force, that people would think about software fast track, something like that, or that somebody would necessarily think of the things that the department is talking about reforming acquisition, and in particular software acquisition. But here we are, and those things seem to be very important to where the department wants to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of rebuilding the military, matching those capabilities of a leaner fighting force to the threats that are happening today, we can't have a bloated budget, DoD budget, right? And so streamlining that to ensure that there's, one price for all, that ultimately each of the services are able to acquire technology and emerging technology capabilities at a cost that they can afford it today, requires what we have been doing with DISA for the last decade, which is essentially a common contract vehicle that leverages the buying power of 1.6 million DoD users across civilian and active duty, to streamline that process, have a centralized contract management organization, and that enables the DoD and the services to deploy those emerging technologies faster, versus, month-long procurement processes that, legacy processes that we have today. So I think it's all aligned in terms of cost cutting, efficiencies, streamlining acquisition to get the best capability in the hands of the warfighters faster is at the tip of the spear, really, around what the DepSec priorities are for those.
Yeah, and when you talk about, I think the word there that is the most important to the uniform leaders that I talk to, not just here, but all over the place, is speed. They want to get whatever they know they need into the hands of the warfighter, as you just described, as quickly as they possibly can. And it strikes me that's where this acquisition focus has the potential to be the most helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
When you focus on all of these things at once, is there a direction that you've seen organizations who are able to incorporate them all successfully take in order to get to that end state that you've described as quickly as they possibly can?
Yeah, today we're working with the DoD to deliver a next generation content platform for all public facing websites in the DoD, which ultimately is where the public goes, where warfighters go, where the global defense community goes, allied partners, in terms of getting a single source of truth for what the DepSec and the administration's message is out into the market, right? And so they have leveraged the JELA contract vehicle as a vehicle to acquire that capability into the hands of the department and the public affairs mission officers. In lightning speed. I mean, they right now are transforming off their legacy platform onto this next generation platform, and we've been able to get them from a pilot AOA to evaluation to deployment in 6 to 8 months, which, traditionally this is something that might have taken, 2 years. So I think it all aligns. I mean, the ability to have a vehicle where ultimately there's one price per service, everybody's buying from the same vehicle, it's centralized through DISA and DITCO, gets the capability in the hands of those mission owners faster to then deploy the capability. So I think it's all connected.
James, it's great to talk to you again. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Francis. Appreciate you.